My heart stopped when I saw dirt falling onto my little Emma's face. The HOA president stood over my disabled daughter, shovel in hand, burying my helpless 5-year-old alive. Emma's wheelchair lay tipped over as she gasped for air, small rocks and dirt piling onto her tiny cheeks while she cried for Daddy to save her. My name is Daniel Carter. My wife, Claire, and I moved to Willow Grove Estates with our daughter, Emma, last spring. Emma was born with spinal muscular atrophy, which limits her muscle movement and strength. Her sharp mind and radiant spirit, though, shine brighter than anyone I've ever known. We chose Willow Grove for its proximity to Emma's medical specialists and top-tier schools. The neighborhood seemed ideal: neat streets, well-kept homes, and a park with adaptive equipment. What we didn't anticipate was dealing with Lorraine Baxter, the HOA's self-proclaimed queen. Trouble began on moving day. I was carrying Emma from our van when a tall woman with impeccable auburn hair and a clipboard approached. "Welcome to Willow Grove," Lorraine said, her smile cold. "I'm Lorraine Baxter, HOA president. Your moving truck is parked partially on the grass, section 13, paragraph 4 violation." I glanced at Emma in my arms, then back at Lorraine. "We'll move it as soon as I get my daughter settled." Lorraine's eyes narrowed, studying Emma. "What's wrong with her?" she asked bluntly. Claire stepped forward, her pediatrician instincts kicking in. "Emma has SMA. It affects her mobility, not her intelligence or personality." Lorraine tapped her pen on her clipboard. "Any property modifications need board approval." That set the tone. Lorraine didn't know I was a veteran FBI agent specializing in domestic terrorism, trained to stay calm under pressure and assess threat, skills I'd soon need as a father more than an agent. Over 3 months, Lorraine sent us 17 violation notices. Our wheelchair ramp violated aesthetic guidelines. Widening the garden path for Emma's access to her favorite flowers was improper landscaping. A special swing for Emma was an unauthorized structure. Each time, I calmly cited the Americans with Disabilities Act and our right to reasonable accommodations. Each time, Lorraine found new rules to enforce. My FBI partner, Mike, noticed my strain. "You handle terrorists without blinking, but this HOA woman's got you rattled," he said. "Criminals are predictable," I replied. "Lorraine makes up rules to target us." I never discussed my real job with neighbors, posing as a security consultant for cover. Claire worried my patience would snap. "One day, she'll push too far," she warned after Lorraine complained about medical equipment visible through Emma's window. "I'm not letting her ruin our home," I said. "Emma deserves happiness." Emma was our miracle. Doctors said kids with her condition rarely lived past 2, but she defied the odds with her brilliant mind and infectious laugh. She loved the outdoors, enchanted by butterflies and flowers. We built a garden corner where she could sit in her wheelchair and touch plants. One July Saturday, Claire was at the hospital, and I was prepping lunch, keeping an eye on Emma through the kitchen window as she chatted with her flowers. A confidential work call pulled me into the hallway for 4 minutes. When I returned, Emma was gone. My training kicked in. I rushed outside, scanning the yard. The gate was locked. Emma couldn't have wheeled herself out. Her motorized wheelchair lay tipped over near her flower bed. Then I saw disturbed earth and a flash of blue. Emma's shirt beneath the soil. I'd faced armed suspects and defused bombs, but nothing matched that terror. I dropped to my knees, digging frantically, calling her name. After clearing inches of dirt, I found Emma, eyes wide with fear, mouth filled with soil, struggling to breathe. I cleared her airways and lifted her, hands shaking despite years of crisis training. Emma coughed and cried. "Daddy, the angry garden lady said my flowers were wrong." "Who, sweetheart?" I asked, though I knew. "Miss Lorraine," she whispered. "She said my plants broke rules. When I said you let me have them, she got mad, pushed my chair, and threw dirt on me." Cold rage replaced panic. I carried Emma inside, cleaned her up, and checked for injuries. Dirt clogged her mouth, nostrils, and ears. Her lungs wheezed. I called Claire, who rushed home, then contacted my FBI supervisor. "I need a team at my house and local police for an arrest. Someone tried to murder my daughter." Within an hour, our home was a crime scene. Forensic teams collected soil from Emma's clothes, hair, and lungs. Our security cameras, installed after earlier run-ins with Lorraine, captured everything. Lorraine entering our yard, arguing with Emma, tipping her wheelchair and shoveling dirt onto her with a garden trowel. She stood watching for nearly a minute as Emma struggled, then walked away, brushing soil off her designer outfit. Police and FBI agents arrested Lorraine during her neighborhood committee meeting in her pristine living room. She screamed, "This is ridiculous. I was addressing landscape violations. That child doesn't belong here." As they let her out, I stepped forward, showing my badge to stunned neighbors. "You buried a disabled 5-year-old because you didn't like her flowers," I said, voice steady. "And you never checked who her father was." The media frenzy was instant. HOA president attempts to murder disabled child dominated headlines. Our quiet neighborhood sparked a national conversation about power, discrimination, and disability rights. Evidence was airtight. Soil under Lorraine's nails matched Emma's garden blend. Footage showed intent, and medical reports confirmed dirt in Emma's lungs. Her defense that she was enforcing landscaping rules and accidentally covered Emma while removing plants collapsed when prosecutors played the unedited footage. The jury took 2 hours to convict her of attempted murder, assault on a disabled person, and civil rights violations. The judge sentenced her to 27 years. "You abused your authority to target a vulnerable child," he said. "Your actions lack humanity." As Lorraine was led away, she glared at me. "My property values," she hissed. "My daughter's life," I replied. The aftermath transformed our family and community. The HOA dissolved after investigators uncovered Lorraine's financial mismanagement. Neighbors, many with their own stories of her tyranny, offered apologies and support. Emma spent 3 days in the hospital for soil aspiration, with psychological wounds lingering longer. She refused to go outside for weeks, haunted by nightmares of dirt in her mouth. A trauma therapist helped her heal through play therapy. Claire and I considered moving, but Emma's resilience surprised us. "The mean dirt lady's gone forever," she said with 5-year-old logic. "And I have friends here." Neighborhood kids, once scared off by Lorraine's warnings about contagion, now visited Emma. Their parents, ashamed of past avoidance, built a community garden with wheelchair-accessible raised beds. Our story spurred broader change. State legislators passed Emma's law, strengthening protections against housing discrimination for disabled individuals. Claire spoke at medical conferences on advocacy, and I moved to an FBI civil rights division, allowing more family time while using my skills to protect others. A year later, for Emma's 6th birthday, she wheeled into a new garden vibrant with butterfly-attracting flowers and smooth paths. Neighborhood kids gathered as Emma showed them how to spot monarch eggs on milkweed. "Sometimes bad things happen," she told a younger child asking about the dirt lady, "but good people help, and you get stronger." That night, tucking Emma in, she asked, "Daddy, will the dirt lady come back?" I took her hand. "No, sweetheart. She's somewhere she can't hurt anyone. And I'll always protect you." She nodded. "Because you're a superhero daddy with a badge." I smiled. "The badge doesn't make me a hero, Emma. Loving you does." As Emma slept, I looked out at our neighborhood. Lorraine's old house now belonged to a family with a son using leg braces, something she'd have fought. Kids of all abilities played on streets she once patrolled. Justice wasn't just punishment, it was transformation. Lorraine's hatred failed to break, M8 backfired, creating a more inclusive community. 2 years later, Emma started 1st grade, the school fully equipped for her needs. Watching her walk confidently into class, greeting friends, I felt pride and lingering anger. I'll never forget her buried, fighting for breath, but I also won't forget her strength, the justice served, and the community that changed. Lorraine will spend decades in prison, her HOA gone. Emma thrives, planting seeds in the garden where someone tried to bury her, her spirit shining brighter than ever.